Good morning, friends. It's Michelle Bowman with eXp Realty. And this morning, I wanted to talk to you about why now is the best time to buy a home rather than waiting. A lot of people I've heard it so many times, that I want to wait until the rates come down, or I want to wait until home prices come down. Surely home prices are going to reset. They're not going to be like this forever. Rates are going to have to come down. Friends, I have been reading and watching all of these financial gurus for the real estate community, and they are saying that I will not see a 3%, 2%, 3% rate again in my professional career life. I know that them are just projections. That they don't know for sure. There's no positivity there. But when they're all saying the same thing, and historically the rates were at 6.5%, 7.5% on average through history. You just sort of have to listen to the people that know. The people that have invested the time to know. So, Samantha and I was just talking with a lender friend of ours, and she was explaining from a money standpoint, why now is a better time. Now is the best time for someone to buy a home. And it was like, oh my gosh, why are we not all thinking like this? So I wanted to make a video and come on here and talk about it. So when you buy a house, you're paying your mortgage payment every month, and that mortgage payment is going to the indebtedness of the house, and it's slowly coming off. You're paying your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance if you have an escrow account, which most people have an escrow account. So you're paying that indebtedness down. Well, at the end of the year, you get an interest statement from the mortgage company, and you take that interest statement and you take that interest off your taxes. So people that are renting do not have that. You're not going to get that. So if you're buying your home, you get the benefit of that interest statement that is a tax deduction. If, in buying your home, you're also, over time, your home is increasing in equity. So your equity is increasing. So you're gaining money. You're gaining wealth through equity increases. People that are renting, they don't have that. You will never get equity out of a rental. You're actually paying for someone else to have equity. You're also paying for someone else to have that interest savings that they get on their taxes when you're renting. You're never going to have them benefits. All because some people choose to wait on home prices to come down or the interest rates to come down. So let's look at it from a different perspective. If you were to buy now, okay, you're going to get the benefit of the interest and the equity, and it's going to continue to grow. So let's just say at the end of 10 years. At the end of 10 years, you will have accumulated all of that interest savings and all of that equity. Now, if you're a renter, you're not going to have any of that. Not only will you have lost the benefit of interest savings on your taxes, you will have lost the equity that you could have gained by paying that housing fee. Let's call it a housing fee, because everybody's going to pay, unless you're living at home with mom and dad. Everybody's paying to live somewhere. So that housing fee, you're never going to have that. So at the end of that 10-year time frame that we're talking about, you will have lost out on the interest, you will have lost out on the equity, but then you will also have lost out on all of that money that you spent for your rent, your quote unquote housing fee. That is a significant amount of money that you are just blowing out the window. Whereas on the flip side, if you was to buy now, then you're going to have all of that. It's called, you're building wealth, and you will begin to build wealth. At the end of 10 years, if you need to sell the home, something happens and you need to move, you're moving out of state, you need to buy a bigger house, you need to downsize, the equity that is in that house, assuming you've done all the maintenance and kept up with the house, you didn't just move in, drop your bags and just let it go to pieces. Assuming, you as a responsible homeowner, that equity is going to help fund the next phase of your life. So it's going to help you. The equity, if you're downsizing, hopefully you could take the equity and pay cash for the next property. If you need to buy another property, let's say you've got, additional family members and you need a bigger property, the equity will then pay your down payment on that bigger property, thus reducing the amount of money that you're going to have to save because you've already saved it. You've got it in that equity. So this is Michelle Bowman with eXp Realty, and Samantha and I don't know if you know, Samantha's my sister. She's also a realtor. Samantha and I was discussing it this morning, and we were talking about a conversation that we had with our trusted lender friend, and she was explaining it like that. And I was like, if everyone knew this, then there would be no question whether or not you should wait to buy your home. No. Start building your wealth now. Buy your home now. I'm doing a series on my social media that is tips to save, to help first-time buyers save. First-time buyers, at the point that we're at, the hardest part, what I'm seeing, is them getting the down payment money up. Now, in North Carolina, we have got down payment assistance programs if you qualify for them, and we can always structure a offer to purchase to try and help with that a little bit. But, a lot of people, you're going to need to save some money. You're not just going to go into it with, nothing. So you got to have some skin in the game, so to speak. So I've got a series on my social media that I'm doing where I'm just sharing tips on how to save the money that you need for your down payment and closing costs. All right, this is Michelle Bowman with eXp Realty, and I hope that you have a great day. Y'all take care.